Yeah.
No, I think your hair. I think when you put your hair forward, and it comes forward, like I think it looks good, dude.
It doesn't look right to me though.
That's
I don't
because
know.
that's because you've had long hair forever, so you're used to your forehead showing.
I always have
I'm
that.
gonna tell you what the most unattractive feature on a person is. Their forehead.
Really?
It doesn't even sound hot. It doesn't even
Where'd
sound
you learn
hot.
that, bud?
Like even okay, when I say nose, that's kind of When I say cheekbones, jawline, that's kind of sexual. Forehead?
Coming from a guy that probably has a nice forehead, huh?
I mean, I reasonably have a nice forehead.
That's why you say that.
I guess you could say that. But you don't have a nice forehead. That's why you should cover it.
I mean, it's reasonable.
Yeah, it's like a 10 head.
It's like it's weird.
Yeah, you gotta stop.
It used to look normal when I was younger.
Stop wearing hats, bro. You gotta find something to do with your hair, or even you might be a short hair guy because you went short hair,
short.
But you might need to even go shorter and reset your thing you got going on. If you want it to be different and you don't want it to be back like that, then yeah, I would go shorter.
I let it keep growing.
And then you go back to the long hair. Yeah, I mean that's
no, but I don't want to do long hair. I don't fucking know, dude. The hair speaks to me in different ways.
Make a decision.
It's like you know how roots talk to trees. It's kind of the same thing. How my hair speaks to my mind.
It's like you're in like an avatar.
Kind
How
of.
it has like the soul.
Yeah. And when I connect to things, if the hair doesn't like it, then I can't get it.
Oh my God! Could you imagine if that was
that's
real?
how I decide my rides at university or not university.
No, that's a full. That's how I got my full ride to.
That's how I got to
Harvard. Yeah, to ASU. Arizona
Shout out
State.
Dean Bill. I don't know.
That's how I got my full ride because my hair. They felt my spiritual connection in my hair.
Yeah.
No, I mean that would be funny though.
Entire class of the '70s Harvard team.
You think
football team?
What you were just saying? What you were just saying? You were saying it helps you get on rides, like that's how you get on carnival rides.
Yeah, carnival rides.
Could you imagine if in the Avatar world, that's how they did their carnivals and
dude, are there is there gonna be a festival in the third one?
It wouldn't be rides. It would just be them going up, connecting to something.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that was so sick, dude. Oh my God.
But are they blue or normal people?
Oh no, they're like the blue.
But are they the blues, original blues, or are they the people blues?
Have you seen what's happening? Have you seen what's happening in the next one? There's going to be red people.
Oh,
like their skin's like darker.
Ones.
Yeah, their skin's like darker because they're in like the volcanic region.
So, real quick, I just want to add.
Go ahead.
I saw a thing. I don't know if it was a meme or not, but apparently James Cameron's wife cried during the making of the third one.
Whoa, like
or something like that. Like it was
emotionally.
She got very emotionally like attached to it, and I think she's declining now mentally.
Oh, what?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's usually what
everybody
happens.
has that. No, everybody has that.
Because it's
Avatar
over
depression.
Avatar.
Did you hear about that?
I mean, I'm sure it's a real thing. Once you go into the Avatar world, how do you come back out of it?
No, they're saying saying there's this thing where when Avatar came out, there were so many people that got depressed because they really wanted to go on the planet, and they were so sad that the planet was fake that they got depression.
And what drugs do you got to be on to lead you to think that?
Zoloft.
It's a lot of Zoloft. And that's cough syrup?
No, that's just depression medicine.
Allergy. Oh.
SR.
That's
seriously.
tough, dude.
No, but a lot of people got all messed up, and I can imagine.
Never heard about that.
Yeah,
is that a real thing?
Yeah,
actually, you saw that?
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, Joe Rogan talks about it all the time.
Really? I've never heard about that. Dude.
It was
that's
a real
so
thing. Right. I knew about it because I knew about it because I loved the movie so much.
Really?
That I
haven't even seen the second one yet.
Yeah, I love that, dude. I can voice the whole movie.
I want to wait for the third one to come out.
This is Pandora. Everything on Pandora wants to kill you and take your eyes and use them for juju bees.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're the colonel or captain?
Yes,
guy?
Yeah.
Nice.
You might want to go to hell for some R&R after one tour of Pandora. That's everything that flies and squats in the mud wants to kill you and use your eye. Yeah, I can do the whole thing, dude.
I could do a little bit of the Avatar language, the blue people.
Go ahead. I like that. That was really good. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it. If you're on Avatar.
She was all, you got to be all like,
oh yeah, well that was a.
yeah.
I forgot they do that too. They don't just.
Yeah, like that, dude. We'd be some cool. That'd be so cool to be at
If
Avatar.
we're saying actual, we should be careful with
No,
that.
well, no, you're okay, but now you're speaking Arabic.
Whoa, I would not want to pastrami with extra napalm there, guy. What the heck?
Yeah, watch out, dude. Get our podcast on a list. Hunchback Insomniac. More like Hunchback and what's inside that backpack. That was so stupid, dude.
Yeah.
I'll keep going. I'll keep going because I do it for
what
me.
is inside
Hey, you know
your
what?
backpack?
Hey, guess what? Hey, guess what?
Oh.
Hey, guess what?
Uh-oh.
I do it for me. Oh,
You do
sorry.
it for
No way. I do it for me. So I'll keep going. I'll keep doing it. I'll make another one. Hunchback Insomniac, more like Hunchback on the Attack. Oh, look at that. I did another one. It was terrible. But guess what? I do it for me. I do it for me. So, yeah, man.
Never
The
did
Avatar
anything
thing, you know.
me.
Hmm?
Oh, yeah. Anyways.
Yeah,
go ahead.
the Avatar thing. That was he created a whole language.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, James Cameron went to the furthest depths of the ocean to learn that stuff too, I think.
Atlantis.
I think that's where he got to.
Could
He
you
got
imagine?
as far as Atlantis, and then
Well, there's a lot of people that believe like
Avatar, Atlantis, kind of makes sense.
there's a lot of people that believe that movies and stuff are like given knowledge or whatever. Like people
is.
are and like so. What
That's
if
how
he
they
is?
do it.
Yeah. What if he's talking? What if aliens are talking to him and just giving him like,
dude, for sure.
whoa, that'd be insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
Then we got people like my pops that thinks that it's just a ripoff of Dances with Wolves, which is a Kevin Costner movie where he is like a revolutionary kind of cowboy, or not maybe revolutionary, that's way off, but he's a cowboy pretty much, and then he goes in and lives with Native Americans and then fights back with the Native Americans against his own people.
It literally is.
Yeah, which is, it came out way before
And
Avatar.
the Native Americans also go, Namawa Pawa.
That's why,
Namawa Pawa. Literally.
yeah, and it's a crazy different world, living with them, and you have to learn their ways, and
Yeah.
they ride the flying buffaloes in the sky in Avatar.
Food is way better in the Native American lands.
Oh yeah.
Food is way better than it would be on Pandora. You got me. Dude, if you don't have fry bread on Pandora, hey, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have, you don't have, that's all I know is fry bread, dude.
And then
But a lot, fry bread's like, dude, you can put everything on a fry bread.
the big difference is too is that
Yeah, I know.
I think actually a lot of this may be, speaking out of tongue, but a lot of Native Americans lived on Spotify.
What?
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 Wasn't that one of the big lands that we took from them was Spotify?
Spotify?
Yeah, Spotify.
Sounds like it would be. You just got to say it different.
Yeah.
Spotify.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I think Spotify is what they did to their horses. I do it for me. Huh?
Oh,
Hey.
here we go.
I do it for me, right? Because I'll keep going. I do it for me. You know what I mean? Oh, man.
Autistic telepathy.
Oh, dude. I did want to talk to you about that. You want to bring that up? You bringing that up?
No, you bring it up. You got
Autistic
that's your
telepathy.
Thing, dude. I don't know even
that
how
is
to
a
start
new
with that.
study. It's a new study that's going on. I seen it. I'll be honest. I seen it on Joe Rogan, and then I went into a rabbit hole on this.
Oh,
dude,
okay.
It is intense, man.
Oh, isn't there a podcast about
Now
it?
check
That's
this
what
out.
It is.
No, yeah.
That's where I remember it
Yeah.
from. Yeah.
And check this out. I had a little theory. I'm like, dude, what if autistic people have been able to do telepathy or different things forever? But if you think about what school is, right, on what a regular school is a way to make workers. There's nothing about school, I might be wrong about this, that promotes the left brain. I don't know if it's left or right, whatever one is creativity.
Mixed up.
But So school is to make a worker, to make a factory worker, to create, something who knows how to clock in at 6, go home at 3. And point is COVID changed the way kids grew up in school for 3 years. It changed the way they had to do creativity. For instance, these autistic kids, they had to do homeschool. That's what made a lot of them get figured out that they have these abilities. Like one of the popular ones was during the COVID thing, the kid looked at his parents and said, I can read your mind, because at school, the kid wasn't like, going anywhere. He was falling behind in his grades and doing a bunch of stuff like that. And then when COVID happened, they had to do homeschooling. And they were able to like give him one-on-one attention, and he like blossomed in different things like, reading and writing and stuff like that, because he wasn't getting that attention to blossom in that kind of thing. And now he like 3 years later, he's like, hey, I can read your mind. And then they did a bunch of tests and he can. So what if the silver lining behind like COVID, there's many silver linings behind something like that, but what if one of the big silver linings was it's like we figured out there's this different way that kids will develop if they're not put into a school system that's designed to create a worker. Like that is insane to me, man. And then there's a lot of things where it ruined the way kids can see facial expressions and stuff like that, because a lot of kids that had to go to school with the mask on, it ruined the way they kind of talk to each other. Yeah, but other than that, true. So yin yang, you know what I mean?
But luckily, I think for the most part, most kids learn pretty fast, I feel, and most people should, for stuff like that. Unless it's harder for you. I don't know.
What?
Like facial cues and conversations and all that. I don't know.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think it took a long time to understand.
Yeah.
I think it took a long time to understand my own facial expressions versus the world, because I would walk around with this way that my facial expression would try to express what was going on inside my head. You know what I'm saying? So I would walk around like that, and then everybody would be like, dude, why do you look like you're having a brain aneurysm at all times? And I'm like, I was just thinking heavily. You know what I'm saying?
Drinking heavily.
No, thinking.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, no, I would walk around really pissed off. Like I'd walk around just like, and then I didn't understand why everybody didn't like me.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
I wouldn't like you either if you walked around like that.
I know. I wouldn't like me either. I was like, why is that guy all mad? Why does he look mad?
Why is he so mad, man?
Yeah, and then it took me years to understand. I'm like, you can't just walk around like clenching your jaw, looking like a fucking mean little mug face guy, and be like, why do people only laugh at me when I make a fool of myself? What? You know what I mean? Yeah.
You gotta be a fool.
No, well, I mean class clown stuff. Every class clown I feel like understands that.
I was never a class clown. I always wanted to be one. I didn't have the chops.
Being a class clown was fun, but it always came with its it came with its things. You know what I mean? Like no one took you seriously ever. When you wanted to get serious about things, nobody never took you seriously, because you're like.
Very true.
For me, the reason why I was a class clown, or the reason why I didn't really care about like what was going on, is because I understood how tests work. It's a memory base. You just memorize everything they're telling you. I'd memorize everything she or him or whatever the teacher was. They would tell me the night before the test, and I would just go in there and ace the test. But I wouldn't do homework. I wouldn't do anything like that, because I didn't understand why we had to do that. But now I do. Now I do, because I'm a worker and like I live life. I understand that like they were teaching you that homework is like doing your laundry to get work clothes, or making your lunch, or doing things like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's stuff like that is why they did that. It's to teach you how to be a better worker. Like kids that did their homework, kids that like aced in school and did all those kinds of things, they became really good doctors or scientists or things like that, because they're able to, take home work, do work at home, do a bunch of stuff, and then, they're good at that kind of life. I was never, I mean, I'm just a different, I think a lot of people who are into comedy or into music or anything like that, or into acting and stuff like that, or into like, even a lot of sports people, like none of them were actually like super good at school. They were just really good at acing the test so their grades look good.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
I didn't ace the test, but I was good on tests and never really cared about trying to do good on homework and all that, and rushed through it and just paid attention to the stuff that figured was gonna be on the test.
I mean, it's a totally different world now too because you have ChatGPT.
I mean, technically, I had a 2.9 GPA, so it's nothing like crazy, but it's all right. For
That's not bad. I mean, I
striving to be a C student. That's kind of
Yeah.
what you get is a C GPA, pretty much.
I had an interesting high school experience. For 2 years, I went to a very popular high school, and I didn't do very well. I ditched a lot, but I had great grades. They didn't understand this because I would get homework done, and I was pretty good at doing homework, and then I would always ace test. I would always ace, like I would like either B or A, every test.
Yeah.
And then like when they had like those things at the end of the school year to do your thing, I would get like a fucking 87% or like a 92%. They'd be like, "What the hell? How is this?"
Bring your grade
And
all
then
the
they
way
would
up.
always have those talks, with me being like,
Yeah.
"Hey, you have a lot of potential, blah blah blah. You just, we need to see you, pretty much be more of a worker." And I'm like, oh, "Okay, well, I didn't understand that because I was, I rode around on the longboard. I, wore tie dye. I was a little asshole." Point is though, I got screwed over in that school. Went to a different one that was one of those recovery schools, and that's where I made up like everything and just kind of went. So when I got to California, did senior year, they were like, "Dude, you don't have to do anything." They literally told me because the credits that we have in Arizona, which is weird because we're like the lowest in education, but the credits that we have here were more credits than you needed in high school in California. So I just got there and they were like, "Hey man, for 3 or 4 hours of the day, you don't have anything to do. What do you want to do?" And I was like, that weight room y'all have by the gym? They were like, "Yeah." And I was like, can we just do like a weightlifting class? So I created a weightlifting class.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's strange how just a little bit of, nicotine and cigarettes can do for teenagers and motivate them to do their homework and be better workers.
Nice.
Sometimes all a kid needs is a cigarette, and maybe he'll do his homework.
Seriously, I smoked through all
But
of high
nowadays
school.
it's probably vapes, which I'm sure.
Terrible. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
I'm sure
just
it's
smoke it.
fucking.
Dude,
I'm sure it's riddled with
you know
bad
what it
stuff in
is?
school now.
Zyn. Every
Oh,
kid
yeah.
does Zyn, which is way better for them.
Probably, yeah.
And they're all going to have fucking
I don't feel
mouth
as bad
cancer.
when I do Zen.
Yeah, they're all going to have mouth cancer when
Oh
they're
God,
like
I'm gonna
30.
have mouse cancer. I need to stop.
No, you're already
What?
30 almost, dude. You're going to be fine. But like kids, if you start when you're 14
Yeah,
and
but I
you
don't
keep
do
going.
it a lot.
Yeah. Dude, I was smoking cigarettes when I was 14, dog. And then I smoked cigarettes through all of high school. Played football, smoking cigarettes, wrestled, smoking cigarettes. Like, what the fuck?
You got your first pin in high school with the cigarette in your mouth.
I mean,
Looking around, Dad.
dude, I
Like,
literally thought I was such a
take pictures
badass, dude.
with the
I would like,
cigarette.
I would leave high school and like immediately bust out the
Yeah.
little cigarette from my
Yeah.
fucking sock that was broken because it got broken in my sock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like all kinds of stuff like that.
Unfortunately, I was in Florida for that, so my dad was in Washington.
You were kind of all around, weren't you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, where'd you
And
go to
I
high
have-
school?
My high school was in Satellite Beach, Florida. My first one.
Really?
Yeah, which is on
That's-
the east side of Florida.
Wow, that's super
Like,
interesting.
45 minutes from Cape Canaveral,
Wow.
which is the space station, NASA space station.
Yeah.
And which is just like, I'm not trying to like be one of those guys, but since we're buddies and anyone is interested in flights and all that,
Go
I
ahead.
got to get as close as you possibly can for a couple of the like actual rocket launches at NASA.
Really?
Yeah, because of my
That's
stepdad.
sick, dude.
Yeah, it was very cool. It
Is
was-
that where your dad? He works for NASA? or
No,
what?
he's just in the Navy. He just
Oh,
knew,
he's in the
knew
Navy.
people,
Yeah.
dude.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you for your service.
No, yeah, seriously, thank
Yeah.
you for your service. But no, that's
Submarine guy.
yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, that was probably one of the coolest
Is
things.
that freshman
in
year?
Florida. I think it was when I was a little younger. Actually, I was middle school when I did that.
Oh,
But
how long did you live in Florida?
like 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, how many states have you lived in? I don't even. Let's break this down.
I've lived in Washington, Idaho, Alaska for summer, which doesn't really. I mean, it was full summer, 3 months, but it
Yeah.
was still pretty cool. Or 2.5, whatever.
Shout out, Jeff.
Fairbanks. Yeah. And then Florida. And now Arizona.
Wow.
And then the UK as well. But that's not the United States.
Dang. Huh. That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think that's why I'm so. I mean, I don't like try and like say it's why, but I think it may be why I'm so easygoing. If I try not to ever let anyone bother me by who they are because you never know.
I gotta say this
because I've met so many fucking people.
It's bugging the hell out of me before we continue. I said the wrong name. I said shout out Jeff. I meant Fred.
Oh yeah, Fred.
Shout out Fred from
I was
Alaska.
wondering. I was like, "Is Jeff?"
Yeah, I didn't mean Jeff, dude.
Yeah,
I meant
Fred. Yeah. Fred's,
Yeah.
I forget what part of Alaska he said he was from.
Yeah, I have no idea,
I
but I just think it was. I mean,
think
you
he
don't
was
have.
from
Hey, guess what? Hey,
Anchorage or
hey, Jeff, Fred, same name,
Fred,
right?
Yeah, good shit, Fred.
Hey,
Alaska's dope.
Hey, same name.
Same amount of letters.
I mean, it's the same name.
Depending on how you spell it.
I mean,
If you're one of those G Jeffs, that's.
It's like if somebody calls me Nathan, I'm like, it's the same name. I'm Nathan, same thing.
Oh,
I'll go
is,
with
yeah.
it. Nate. Somebody calls me Nate. I don't give a shit. I'll go with it.
Nate Ham.
Yeah, people call me Sam.
Sam. That's
People
easier.
have called me, all kinds of. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Same name.
Yeah. Name's a name.
Don't fucking do that shit towards
What?
me, man. Dude, don't. Dude, don't.
Grab the tomahawk off.
You know, my thing is like you just never know how people take things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But if you move a lot and you meet people, not that I've lived in like a lot of different places, but Florida is kind of like East Coast technically, but it's probably the South, I guess. But I was on the East Coast
that
of
is so
Florida.
interesting.
But it's the South, so it's East South, and then not Alaska. Alaska's like Washington.
Is it
but
hard to
more
like
laid
move
back.
around like that?
Yeah, as a kid, because you always want to have like friends, dude.
But you can't.
You can't. Yeah.
That sucks.
But even though you kind of forget about it, because in Florida, I totally fucking forgot that we had to move because had made such good friends.
Oh.
And then it gets all the way to the point where like, oh yeah, we got like 6 months and we're moving.
Oh, no.
And you're like, oh shit, I forgot.
Did you try to pack a bag and leave?
I wanted to.
Did you try to stay?
I had feelings of
live
that.
Live on the streets
I
of
wanted
Florida.
to. I was gonna live on the beaches, dude.
You could have been like the Florida man.
I was gonna be the beach Florida rat.
Did you ever meet the Florida man?
Mm-mm.
Did you ever meet anybody? Did you ever any crazy Florida stories? That
The
happened?
Florida man. I mean,
Like
yeah,
the Florida
I've met
man.
some.
Met some wild boys.
I was exposed to some crazy stuff.
Some real swamp
Right
divers.
when I moved there.
Some real anaconda catchers.
It's more like
you know
beach
what?
surfer vibes. Yeah.
Oh, you're not in the.
I wasn't in like
Not
the
in the swamp.
Everglades,
No,
but
not in
there's
the-
people that wanted to be like that. But you're like, dude, you live on the beach. You're not from the Everglades.
the silly surfers,
Yeah.
the rascally wave
Yeah.
riders.
Yeah. There's this. I'll tell you, you're gonna like this. And shout out.
Hey, well, hold up.
Oh, this is
Well,
a
don't-
this
no,
is
no,
a
no,
funny
stop.
story. What? Oh, what?
Don't assume
Oh,
that I'm gonna like the story.
I feel like you like
no, but
it.
okay, but did they say that?
Oh.
No. What you said was rewind.
Oh,
you said I know.
I said no. I said you're gonna like this.
You're gonna like this. Is pretty. You pretty much
Yeah, I
assuming
did
that.
assume. Yeah,
So
yeah,
say
yeah.
but you might like this one.
You might
okay,
like
go
this.
ahead. No,
You might
go
like
yeah,
this
no,
story.
go ahead. Yeah, I might. You know what? But now that I have this perceived notion that I feel like I'm being attacked and being told that I need to like
No,
this
you don't
story.
need to like it.
I mean, well, now I feel like
You
you're
might.
you're assuming that I need to like it. So
You
now
will like it.
I'm gonna let you continue
I'll
the
make you
story.
like it. I
I'll
will
continue.
make you like it.
I'll let you continue the story. But I'm just saying that. You watch it. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
I get it.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways,
Yeah.
we're a couple of buddies and I were into the beach, and then as we were leaving, going home.
Yeah.
This is kind of where it all started.
Okay.
This is a true story, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not making any of this. This is not a bit. I'm not gonna. You can try and
Okay,
turn
and
in
I'm gonna
if
let
you
you
want
know.
to join in.
No.
You
And I'm
can
gonna
join
stop
in if you want.
And I'm gonna stop right here. And I'm gonna stop. And I'm just gonna say this. You assume that I would like this story, and just by the way you're telling me this story, I'm not gonna like it because me, for somebody who listens to stories, is like a story connoisseur.
Yeah, you
like
are.
I would say that the way you started the story, like you were going to go into detail, and then you stopped the story and you explained before, like breaking the fourth wall of the story. So now I'm gonna ask you because if you assume that I'm liking it, so that means that I'm guessing that you want me to like the story, right?
I don't know. I don't give a shit.
So
if you
no,
like it or
well, I mean,
not,
you
but
said
it
you
would
would
be fun
no.
if you did
okay,
like it.
so you
Yeah,
think
it
that I
be
would?
cool.
Okay,
Yeah, but I don't care.
So
either
I'm
way.
so
yeah.
I'm just gonna let you know that
It's not gonna
if
hurt
you
my
would
feelings.
if you would want
Yeah.
me to like the story,
I don't
would
care if you like it.
I
or
would
not.
suggest you probably restart.
Okay.
But go ahead.
So a couple of buddies and I were leaving the beach. As we're leaving, to two guys that we've seen before at school. Maybe not. I don't even really know their names fully. Two guys. One guy has a girlfriend. I didn't know what happened, but I'm walking. But I guess one of my buddies looks back at the girl. Apparently, allegedly, I didn't see it happen.
Okay, I'm like
Kyle.
He okay.
Kyle looks back. Shout out Kyle Gallagher. Love you, bro. If if you ever see this, but he looks back, and now that I know their names, it was Austin and Stelios was the name. One dude.
Stelios.
Yeah. One dude. The Austin guy was like pretty tall. He was probably like almost 6 foot, maybe. Stelios was actually shorter than me at the time, so he's probably like 5'3" 5'4".
Wrong characteristics of a Stelios.
I think he was Italian, but he was like a boxer. That's why he was like walked around.
Stocky.
He was short and he was stocky, but I wasn't really intimidated because I wrestled. So I'm like, just dodge his punches, take him to the ground.
We weren't talking about you.
No,
we were
I'm
just
saying,
talking about him in general. Is he stocky though?
He looked, he looked like.
I didn't ask if you were intimidated, but that was kind of weird that you put yourself in that position.
But I'm getting it, dude. Wait for
go
it.
ahead.
The story gets crazy,
sorry,
dude. This is not a long story.
Breaking down the story.
All right.
Your story has different. It's just
dude.
A lot
So,
of
anyways, Stelios, Austin's girlfriend. I guess Kyle looks at Austin's girlfriend. I just keep walking, and there's two twins. Shout out Kane and Kyle. They're two twins.
Okay, you've made way too many names in the story, but go ahead.
Anyways, they're twins. They're whatever. They're there too. So there's 4 of us. Anyways, they look at us and they say, "Hey, what the heck? Like you just looked at my girl." And then Kyle's like, "No, I didn't, man. Like it's all good." He's like, "No, like what the heck?" And then girl like kind of calms the Austin guy down, and then Stelios is just kind of like looking at us with his wife beater and gold chain. I think he had it at the beach, which is like
of course
ballsy.
Yeah. I mean, obviously,
I think he was actually
if his
Italian.
name is Stelios.
Yeah,
he's
he
gonna
lived
have,
up to the part. He had
now my question is, did he have a toothpick?
He probably did, but because he was going to the beach, I'm sure he left it at home.
Oh,
didn't want to lose it in the ocean.
Put it on the
just in case. Hey, just in case I didn't see a wave and caught my back.
Hey, he goes, hey, where's my toothpick? Hey, where's your toothpick? Hey, I'm swimming here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways, a lot of name drops.
Just keep going with the dude. Okay, listen, I'm just going to tell you right now. It's too long of a story, but yeah.
Yeah, it is. Okay, I'll try and make it quicker. God. Anyways, nothing really happens. They kind of like get in our faces, and Kyle does whatever his thing, his bulldog, look at him, and then they walk away, and nothing happens. There's a long walk to school that we all have to walk in high school, and they were a grade above us and stuff, or 2 grades above us. We're freshmen, and they like see us as we're walking with no girlfriend to be like, stop, They come up to us again and be like, "Hey, what the fuck?" And they size us up, and they, nothing ever happens. They do it every time, and Kyle and Stelios.
So nothing ever happened.
Yeah,
it
was the funniest thing.
This is not funny. This is the worst story I've ever heard.
It's funny because they do it, and then one time it gets to a point where they're actually gonna fight, dude. Like they're gonna try and like shank us or something.
Did they punch anybody? Did anybody actually?
No, dude,
throw
they
a
didn't
hand?
have the balls.
So your buddies didn't punch anybody either.
No one punched anyone, dude.
You
they
know
just
what that's
sized
called,
each other
right?
up.
You know what that's called, right?
It's so funny.
You know what that's called,
and
right?
I was just like, yeah,
you know what that's called?
What?
Little bitches.
Yeah.
If you guys see this, I'm gonna let you know it's a little bitch, because back when I was in high school, if I was in middle school, whatever, if you ever walked up to me like fucking, I might bite your fucking nose off. You know what I'm saying, dude? I might take a chunk of your fucking face. I'm not playing around, dude. You think I'm playing around, dude? You walk up to me like, hey, what the fuck? What's going on? What are you gonna do? I might fucking your fucking ass. But nowadays, I'm an older man. I'm different. I don't do that. If you walked up to me like that, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't bite. Why am I gonna bite a man?
You probably would.
No, but yeah, dude. So that's pussy shit, dude.
And then nothing ever happens a couple more times, and then finally the final time we're like, oh, this is it. We're finally all gonna fight and like brawl out, because there's like 4 of us and like 4 of them or something, or like 5 of us and 4 of them. Well, one of my friends, Sean, calls his older brother, and they're close by, and they show up to the Taco Bell, and just more of us and less of them, and they leave.
That's
nothing ever
happened.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Reevaluate the stories that you think I would like, because I hate that story.
I almost got you.
No, I don't. I love you, but that story you just told, honestly, what I would do to that story, you know what I would do? I'd chop it up, and I would cut cut its heart out. Take
That was
its
a
heart.
true story, though.
And hey, you know what I would do with that
Why are
story?
you dissecting my story
I
like
take
that?
that story and sacrifice it.
To what?
Sacrifice that story.
To what?
To something
What?
like I don't know.
You don't even know exactly.
Something
That's
maybe
bad
like
to
an
sacrifice stories.
maybe like an Aztec
that.
thing or something. I don't know.
You shouldn't do that.
Sacrifice your
You
story.
know the consequences.
I take your story and sacrifice it.
You know the consequences.
Oh, I sacrifice your story.
You shouldn't misbehave like that.
No, but seriously though, that was bad. Do you have any stories that like are not? No. What is? Let's
You're
not
gonna
talk
like-
about
okay,
your Florida. Your Florida days kind of sucked.
You
huh?
might like this, actually.
Okay.
You might like this.
I like how you started that. Go ahead.
You might like this.
If it
Same group of guys.
but-
hey,
oh,
say
God, dude.
not
No,
Stelios,
no,
the bad guys, but it's me and my friends.
The bad guys? How were they bad? They were bad in the story.
You weren't there, dude.
Dude, dude, what are you talking about? Stelios isn't
Stelios-
a bad guy.
He was, dude. He wanted to beat us up for no reason.
Well, I mean, stop being a bitch. You know,
but
what
he
I
would
mean?
have got hurt because we would have beat him up.
Yeah.
But I think he knew better.
If you would have beat him up, you guys would have.
Yeah.
You know, I always laugh at people that were like, "Yeah, I will kick. I would kick your ass." And you're like, "Ah, man, well, you know."
we would have got hurt too, though. I'm not
Nah,
saying we
we're
wouldn't have got
adults, you
beat
know,
up,
no,
but
yeah, but no,
it
when you're
probably
like-
would have been bloody, dude, for both sides.
You guys don't know how to throw a punch.
I mean, I wouldn't have been
Stelios,
dude, when you
You know,
fall to the
I'm just
ground on
kidding, nah.
concrete and break your
Stelios-
knees and stuff. Stelios boxed. That's why it was kind of
Stelios
scary.
would've-
Because
Stelios
he
would have like
boxed.
took out a switchblade.
That's what I'm
Sing,
saying. I
sing.
thought he would have done that. Kind of. He had those
hey,
vibes.
Hey,
yeah.
I'm just stabbing here.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Stelios
he
is
kind
a
of had
good
like
guy.
the look, like, you know.
I've had some.
No, but anyway, same group of guys. Late at night, we're
Go
walking,
ahead.
same kind of walk, but a different way. A white owl
Yeah.
following us
Okay.
all night.
What?
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing. And this is also a true story. It was very weird.
I like this.
One of the
story.
only times that's ever happened to me
A
where
white
like an
owl?
actual, and it was in Florida out of all places. So why is an owl, and a white one too? So it was kind of cool looking.
That's weird.
And it was nighttime, and it was just flying. It would land on the lights in the streets. And it's like a 20-minute walk, right? And then you can hear it too, see it landing. And it's like watching us as walk. You know, we get to where we're going, which is like the Taco Bell area. We're all like the shopping place. On our way home, same thing, follows us back home.
No way.
Weirdest shit ever. I don't remember
Did
if
one
it
of those-
followed
any
us
of those
home, but it
buddies
definitely
ever-
followed us there.
One of those buddies ever like? Are they native? Any of them native or anything? Any of them?
Maybe roots of it, yeah, because there was like 7 or 6,
I don't know.
seven
That's
of us.
that's a little like skinwalkery. That's a little scary. A little
Yeah.
scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I think one of the,
very
I had a
possible
good, I have a
that
good little
someone
story that happened when I
bloodline
was a kid.
connection to something like that.
When
Yeah.
I was like in middle school, it was like a
Mhm.
little middle school thing. Man, you don't really know where. Do you know Arizona?
I mean, a little bit.
So we walked from like Cave Creek
Oh,
to Desert
yeah,
Ridge.
I know where, yeah.
And it was during one of the worst storms in Arizona. Like one of the worst storms we've had. It like took trash cans and threw them over like those big dumpsters. It flipped cars. It was insane. Like trees were ripped. I mean, it was very
Flip
bad.
cars.
Dude, we were
Actually?
walking in this storm, man, and all we had was my longboard because I always had this huge longboard I'd carry around, and we were walking like this, dude. 3 kids in cars swerving around us. We're on the side of the road in a desert area, so there's like just rain and dust hitting us, and we're like going like this, dude, just, you know, trying to get to our destination just to get some ecstasy. And then we got there, dude, and we got like 10 times the ecstasy we were supposed to get because it was raining, and the guy was just like, all right, go, and like gave us the wrong thing. And it was insane, dude, because we had to walk back after that.
On ecstasy?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Actually, no, that's not what happened. I'm wrong. That's not what happened. We got that, and then some dude bought us a taxi. Some random rich dude bought us a taxi, and the taxi dropped us off like near our location, but not enough to where we were actually there. So we just popped them and walked home. It was insane. Insane night. I probably shouldn't say that on the pod, but just not for like the law or anything, because like, you know, whatever. I don't really give a shit. But Mom, Dad, that didn't happen. That was a bit.
Yeah, it sounds made up.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a bit.
You could easily made that up in your head while I
Hell
was doing my whole story.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know what I thought about
you
your
were
whole
probably
time?
in there writing story.
You know what I was doing the whole time you were telling me
thinking
that
of
story?
better story to tell.
Huh?
What?
No, so I was imagining that if I had like really long arms, like if I had arms that were like 13 feet long, I could just kind of like walk, like I could grab buildings and stuff and just like kind of walk around New York City or something like that just with my long arms.
I don't know why you would need long arms to walk around New York City, but
like to swing around, I guess, to like the kind of
like Spider-Man?
Man, not really. More like arm man. Like an arm, I have very long arms. I just have like a 13 feet.
Oh,
so
like a
imagine my
orangutan or something?
Yeah, like an orangutan, just like an overly and exaggerated, just an insane.
Like you could definitely touch your toes by just standing.
Oh
up.
no, I mean, touch my toes, dude.
Yeah.
My arm right now is sticking out of this room in almost past like to the door.
And wrapping around, opening the front door.
I'm opening the front door right now, and I'm grabbing a pizza.
That's where your elbow is.
I'm grabbing a pizza from the door right now, and they're giving it to me, and I'm bringing it inside. Very long.
That's pretty good.
And you know what sucks though?
That would be cool.
You know what sucks?
Yeah.
Is I can't lower them. So like they're constantly that long.
You know what I was thinking about while I was telling my story, while I was like stumbling and messing up the finer details.
Is that why the story sucked?
Yeah, because I was thinking about other stuff.
What were you thinking about?
I was thinking about how thin your hands are and how like long they are, like thin and long, and when they are like long like that, because I was reading your mind because of what we were talking about earlier, obviously.
Yeah.
And then, so basically, with your hands, while you're sleeping, you're like don't know that your hands are still doing stuff at night.
Yeah. Subconsciously moving, yep.
And then in the other room, because we were having like back in like the day when we first met in the 80s, I was sleeping in your guest bedroom.
Yeah, the guest house.
In the opposite house. Yeah, the guest house. Yeah. And your hands actually stretched longer than they should have, and it actually they tried to get into my guest room and kill me, but
like on your neck, like actually.
Yeah, but they didn't make it through because your driveway is so long. The hands didn't account for how long the driveway was.
How long the driveway is. I was probably having
strained the hands. So
strained the hands.
It's like that when you see a washed up snake on the ocean.
And they were just like limp.
Yeah, and just a dead snake in the ocean.
And that's
like,
and you know what's weird.
And that's what it looked like in your driveway on your Ring camera.
I was having a nightmare.
That's probably why.
Oh, and my hand was probably like this, so it actually looked like a snake.
Looked like a snake.
It looked like a little anaconda.
Very big anaconda.
Yeah.
Probably.
Do you know what I was thinking
15
about?
15 foot, maybe 16 foot, still a baby. But
do you know what I was thinking about the whole time you were just telling me that story?
What?
That your hairline, because
Please
you're kind of balding.
I hate you. Why do you always do this to me?
Your hairline,
works
like you. It looks like you have the Magneto helmet on.
Oh,
but you don't actually have the
Magneto helmet.
Yeah, it looks like you got the Magneto helmet hair.
That's so unfortunate.
Take your hat off.
That's so unfortunate.
You literally have the Magneto helmet on right now. Look at that. Wow.
It's very unfortunate.
It is. And you know what? You have the Magneto hat, but you also have the gamer bump where your hair goes down because of the headset.
Yeah.
And your head has a bump in it.
Yeah, it looks like you have a bumpy head.
Your head looks like the set of Dune.
Whoa.
You
if
know
we
what?
zoom in on my head.
This is what I'm doing on your head right now to summon the brainworms. And now they're like,
yeah.
I'm like, get ready, and then I hop on them. And yeah. There's a lot going on right now in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, welcome to Hunchback Insomniac with Nahum and Zack, episode 9.
No.
What?
No. In German.
No, 9. Oh, 9.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah. I didn't like that. Why'd you pick German?
What's what it means?
I say his head looks like Magneto helmet, and now he's bringing up German.
You knew Magneto was a Jew, right? You watched the movie?
Yeah, he was. You're right.
Fuck yeah, he was.
Hell yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then that's how he got his thing. He like threw the quarter into that guy's head.
Yeah, dude.
So sick. Of course, it was a quarter, right?
Yeah, dude.
Man. Oh, that's a funny joke. I might write
That's a
that
good
down.
one.
Has somebody talked about that yet?
I had a joke, and I have it written down in my joke books that I tried to do about him being a Jew, but
Like
it's not very good.
Magneto's like the ultimate Jew.
Well, it was just,
I'm allowed to say it. First of all, I mean, if anybody's listening to this and like, oh, why?
I'd have to go back and look at what I wrote.
Anti-Semitic jokes or whatever. I'm a Jew.
I'd have to go back and look how I did it, but yeah, I don't do it. I did it like a couple times when I first started.
What, the Magneto joke?
It's
I think
something,
that's
I forget how I worded it.
That's kind of funny.
Like it's different from what you're saying.
Like if you say like, Magneto's like the ultimate Jew because he can just walk around and steal change from everybody's purse.
It wasn't like that. It was like trying to do like weird words and like make it something.
That's kind of
weird.
funny. And you're like,
if you just
know?
went straight to the point, it would be more funny. But
yeah,
I didn't have the chops to do it like that because I was like,
kinda
that's not. I don't know. You can't really say.
Or it could say something like bring up the fact that I'm a Jew. And they could be like, oh, Magneto was is my favorite superhero, not because he can steal change from people or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
Or
Definitely, dude.
He's my favorite Jewish.
Well, now that this is not live, but it's out there in the world, you better write that and do some jokes on that.
Dude, the 8 people that watch this, they're gonna be like, man, you know.
What if one of them's a joke thief?
Mm-hmm. One of them, probably. I mean, you never know.
You never know.
Hey, what's your grandma's name?
Which one?
What's the one that watches
multiple
this?
grandmas. I'm pretty. I mean, maybe she watches clips, but my grandma Karen, I'm pretty sure.
Grandma Karen.
Yeah.
Don't touch my joke. You hear me?
She's
that's my joke. If I see
Messianic
you, listen,
Jew.
hey, if I see you on some stand-up clip doing my,
she would be probably really good at it too.
Doing my Magneto joke.
Be good.
Me and you, we're gonna have to play a game of chess or something. We're gonna have to play a game of checkers or something. You ever play Scrabble? Because I'm game. Okay, steal my Magneto joke and see what happens. That's a good joke, though. Do you have any superhero jokes? Like, have you written any? Because we're supposed to do. I don't know if we can even talk about it. I would love to because we should probably start sharing that around. But
right, yeah, no, I can't. Yeah, I haven't been in the. Yeah, no, I have a little bit, but
some superhero jokes.
I don't really. I feel like I can't do them.
Why?
Because
we're not allowed to.
Yeah.
I
feel like I should be out there doing it, but it's all right.
I'm gonna try them.
Yeah,
I guess I should just try them without even any context, and just don't even tell anybody that you're doing that, and then.
True. Well, that's something I needed to talk about. But
oh gosh, I dropped my ring. I was playing with my ring and it dropped on the ground.
Oh, I thought it didn't come off.
No, it does.
Oh,
it can if you pull it off. Yeah.
Interesting.
Whoa. Chill out. Interesting. Actually, who is your favorite superhero? Were you big into comics when you were a kid?
Superhero?
Were you?
Yeah, I mean, not like just based off movies. Mostly.
Oh, you weren't like an actual.
Read. I wish I read the comic. My dad had a shit ton of original comic books, Marvel, DC, all of them, and I just never had them. I never got to see them.
Yeah, I honestly was kind of big on it. I think
it's cool.
I had
I wish I would have been into it.
I had the poster that had all of them, and then they sell one now that's kind of like it, but they added a bunch of weird ones. I had the poster, and then I would have all the comic books. I got a bunch of comic books in there. I'd say like my favorite probably was something. I was pretty basic. I'd say like my favorite was like the comics I got my hands on, and one of the ones I got my hands on that I loved was Moon Knight. And I loved Moon Knight.
Yeah, I've seen that. I haven't watched it, but I've
not even the show.
Yeah,
the show was cool. Oh, I loved the show. The show actually went really well.
That's cool.
Yeah, it just that was one of my favorite.
Work out like that.
It does not.
Yeah,
it does not.
No, I always liked for sure. Obviously Wolverine, because I thought that was sick that he just had claws, and that's not really that he regenerates.
I literally asked you if you had any superhero jokes, and you do. You have a Wolverine joke.
I forgot. I just haven't done it.
You haven't done that so long.
Yeah, it's just
why?
I don't know.
I think you should reboot that bitch.
I tried a little bit of it, but I frantically did it because I kind of ran out of stuff to say.
Okay, so when you were skating,
tried it.
When you were skating, right?
Yeah.
And when you first started skating, you tried tricks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you tried doing some random stuff, and it didn't really work.
Yeah.
And then you gave up? No.
I stopped skateboarding pretty much in high school because of sports.
So you kept going with skating.
Yeah, and then I stopped. For
And
like
as you
a
got
couple
better,
years.
and as you got better, and you got better, and you tried those tricks again, what happened?
You land them.
You land them.
Yeah.
And you do good.
Yeah.
Because you got better at the actual task that you were doing instead of the actual tricks. Like comedy in itself is the skating, where you're skating in learning how to skate is being up there, learning how to talk to people, learning how to present yourself, learning how to talk on a mic, right? Doing the tricks is the jokes. So what if you should retry that trick and see if this new, skills that you have, this new ability to talk.
But it's the same thing with skateboarding. If you don't like the trick, then you're not going to want to practice it because it's not a fun trick that you want to do.
You don't like the trick?
Yeah.
You don't like it anymore?
Yeah. I kind of do, but
you like the joke? I thought it was funny.
I don't know.
You want to do it for the pod real quick and tell the pod?
They've
Go
probably
ahead.
seen
Go
it
ahead. You know what?
before.
Go ahead and stand up. Actually, go ahead. You're. I don't know if your face will be off camera. Go ahead. Stand up right here and
What?
yeah. Here, come here. Come on for the pod. Come on.
What, dude?
Come on. Don't mess around. Come here. Stand right here. Let me see if you're on camera. Right? No. Stand up straight. There you go. Yeah, that's fine. That's good enough. It's fine.
Doesn't see my forehead. That's good.
That's great. Yes, very good.
That's
okay.
really good, actually.
Now go ahead and now act like this is an audience. The camera's an audience, okay? And I want you to do your Wolverine joke and just show. Let's see how good. Why not? Go ahead.
Well, when I was a kid, I used to run around to pretend I was Wolverine.
Where's the joke?
That's it. That's all that.
You don't have. You never.
Yeah,
wrote
they never
anything
wrote.
else.
Yeah, remember? I
Have
never.
you sit back down.
That's why I stopped because I was like, I don't really know what to. That's it. It's just a. You probably can't even see your head. You're so tall.
Hey, what's up, guys? When I was a kid, I loved Wolverine so much. I used to walk around the house and act like I was Wolverine, and my parents loved my imagination, and they would like go with me. They'd be like, "Oh, look, honey, you're cutting things. Oh my gosh. And then one time I was at the gas station getting some candy, and this guy started robbing the store, and I was like, "Oh, I got this." Sink. And I ran up on him, and I tried to stab him, and he shot me in the stomach.
That's pretty good.
Thanks, guys.
That's way better than mine. You can have that if you want.
Huh?
Because you like comic books more than I do, so
That's kind of funny.
yeah, you should do that.
Can I take
I
that?
don't give a shit.
Honestly? You know, I used to do this thing in the yard where I had like this crazy imagination where I'd like pick up a stick and I would like act like I was like fighting things, and I would like act like I was talking to like a troop or like a bunch of people, and I'd be like, dude, I had like the craziest imagination, dude, and I would be like, and like really, and I would like hide against the wall and be like, listen, I don't know if I'm going to make it out of here. And then I would do a whole thing. And then I stopped. I literally stopped because my sisters.
Made fun of you so much?
No.
Oh.
I was outside and I was in like the most epic battle I've ever had in my life. And I was like killing this one guy, and I like was stabbing him, and I like, it was a whole thing,
like
dude.
Bridge to Terabithia,
and then
dude.
I looked over and my sisters were in the window just laughing their asses off, just watching me. and all my imagination escaped from my life that moment, dude.
It's because of the I don't know, the not embarrassment, but just like the ability of seeing someone laugh at you.
I thought I was so cool. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
I watched movies. I watched Avatar. I thought I was being badass, and then you know what I mean? I thought I was so cool. I thought I was the coolest. Hey, plug your thing in. See if it's plugged in fully. It's good, right? Yeah. No.
Dude, you watched.
Hopefully it's good. Yeah. No. It's fine. Yeah, no,
You
I watched a
Avatar
lot
and
of
then
I
did
watched a
that?
lot of movies. No, I watched a lot of movies that were like that, and I did a lot
yeah.
of things, and then all my imagination left at that point.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was cool, and then I saw two people laughing at me, and I'm pretty sure she had her little flip phone out and was like recording me. And dude, man, hey, sisters, if you're watching this, man, you guys fucking suck, dude. Nah, you
Yeah.
guys are great, love you both, but seriously, that
never
sucked.
mind.
One time, actually, my sisters kind of suck. One time, we did this thing where we had a tarp, and we tied this tarp to this like tree, into this other tree, into this like big grill that we had, and it was like 8 feet up, or maybe like 12 feet up, and we would like climb up on this grill, and they like tied the tarp from the grill to the tree to this another tree, and then to a rock, and they put this rock on the bottom of the tarp, and they were like, "Nahum, slide down the tarp," and I was like, "Slide down the tarp?" They were like, "Yeah, it's gonna be perfectly fine because it's a slide," and it was tied. And then they put the hose, and they were like, "Look," and they started spraying the tarp.
That's
Dude, I fucking did. I was like, "Oh, this is sick." And
oh, damn, dude.
I jumped off the fucking barbecue thing, dude, and went full knees, dude, and just was like, "Yeah, dude," and just smacked the ground, dude. The tarp just gave out, and I just smacked the ground hella fucking hard, and right on this like rock thing. It was so bad, dude. It killed my imagination and my joints. That sucked, dude.
That's horrible.
Yeah, I have more stories, but
That's pretty good.
That's hilarious, man.
My imagination slowly faded each time I moved, because each time I moved, I ended up somehow with less toys that I remember. I'm like, wait a second, where'd my sword go? My Legos? And like the older I got and the more I moved, the less toys I had, less imagination I had. It kind of just thanks a lot, Mom.
Your world was slowly going gray.
What the where's everything disappearing to? And then the older you get, you realize like, oh, they're just getting rid of shit because that's what they do, and they don't
During
tell
a
you.
move. That's what you do. You just throw everything
But
away.
even though like they don't know that I'm sentimentally attached to each one of like specific toys. Like some toys, like I could care less, but like there's some things where you're like, fuck, like
when you were a kid,
my
you
entire Lego set without consulting me at least first. Like what the fuck?
Like, I don't care if I was 17, dude.
Yeah, dude. At least because then you could sell it or like give it to someone who plays Legos. So like, dude, that shit's
like
priceless.
they took my fucking action figures, dude. I
Yeah.
don't care if I was 20, man. It's bullshit. Yeah, I was supposed to take that. Yeah, no, that's sad.
That's kind of
man.
how it happened for me.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
You're just like, you're dull and gray, but you're slowly getting your color back from
Right,
comedy
yeah,
and
like,
podcast and videos and look
I
at
mean,
that color.
my
he's getting on it.
imagination.
In your that's what I'm saying. You're
Yeah,
getting your
for
color
sure.
back. You're getting you're like getting your melanin back.
Yeah, I feel like I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely ready for this summer.
Ready for this summer to get a little
Mhm.
tan on. The summer's gonna be hot as all get
Gonna
out.
be wearing a lot of sunscreen.
So you want to hear some because we always talk
I don't know
about
if
prophecy.
sunscreen's bad
We
or
always
not.
talk about prophecy or something in this
Oh,
pod.
yeah.
It dawned on me something.
What? What?
So everybody's talking about this. Get serious. Get serious.
What?
Everybody's talking about this blood moon,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they're talking about prophecy of this blood moon.
Well, everyone has. Yeah.
This blood moon was only seen in America, South America, a little bit of Africa, New Zealand, and like a few other places. You know where it wasn't seen? Yeah.
The Eastern Hemisphere.
Pretty much anywhere it was supposed to be. Guess when theirs is? In September 7th.
Oh.
So everybody's got it all wrong, bro. Like with the prophecies and when stuff's going to happen and like earthquakes and all that. Like everybody's like, oh, it's going to start happening. No, this was for America. This was our moon. Theirs is going to happen later. Their prophecy, all that crazy stuff that's in the Bible or anything like that. That's wild, bro.
I mean, yeah, I heard that's how
That's
it
even
works.
scarier with what's going on at the end of April with the Passover, how they're going to do the heifers and they're going to start building the temple and all that. That's even scarier, bro, because then that means that happens before the moon and the and like the falling of the stars.
They're going to get it built before the moon.
And then the people going into the mountains and running from that's before all that. That's crazy.
Real quick, not that it's like anything crazy, but I was in England for the last not last blood moons, but the last two. There's like two major ones, or like kind of how this one is connected to in 2014.
Yeah. You know, wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, like the first couple like sets of them where like people were, at least I noticed it, maybe because I was older, but like when it like prophecy talk started ramping up was like 2014, 2012. I feel
2012. It was
maybe because that's the internet. I don't know if it's the internet or if it's just actually what's going on, but like worldwide, everywhere you look, like people.
Well, it was the Mayan calendar.
People are talking about it.
It was Mayan calendar. So right around 2010,
was
the
like
Mayan calendar,
the
Mayan calendar popped out. Them talking about how 2012 is the last year of the Mayan calendar.
Yep.
Right, and then that's when everything started. You know what else like was really popping off in that time? The collider.
Hadron Collider?
The what is it called? The
Hadron Collider.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Hydrogen?
the large Hadron Collider.
Is Hadron Collider?
Hydrogen.
No, it's
what?
I don't know, the collider. Everybody knows what we're talking about, where they make the
splitting of the atoms and stuff,
atom
right?
collider or whatever. Yeah. That was like hyping up right around there, and that's where everybody thinks that like possibly the world did end, and we're in this like different.
That's at CERN, dude. It's CERN. When we talked about
the CERN,
their logo is 666, pretty much. Technically, if you look at it.
Hey,
and they opened up a portal, is what people.
Oh,
think.
there was another thing I wanted to talk to you about real quick before we end the pod, because we are.
Yeah.
About around that time. Oh, we are at that time. Actually, you know what? We'll save it for next pod. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is Hunchback Insomniac with Nahum and Zack. Please like and subscribe, and go and follow us on socials. Nahum Johnson, Zack Herbold. We do stand up. We have shows. I have 2 shows next weekend. He has shows coming up in April. We have shows. Go and visit us on Instagram and just see how things are. See what we're doing. And go ahead and leave us a comment. Leave us a message. Leave us anything. Leave me a message and tell me if you want me to beat the shit out of him.
Let me know if I should get Botox or
let him know if he should get Botox.
Hair pills or like.
Let him know if he should go to Turkey and get his fucking hair done, because he looks like shit.
Go to hair done. Yeah.
All right, guys. Love you. God bless. Bye.